Hey guys, welcome to the next vlog of NewsHamster. So today we have several topics to discuss, like the title goes. So let us start this little video here. Victor Hugo once said that virtue has a veil, but vice has a mask, right? So it's so relevant when it comes to today's scenario at Jawaharlal Nehru University. Now the situation is clear out there, open. You've seen it, where a masked armed mob entered the university campus. They beat up the students, they injured the students, they injured the faculty, they vandalized the campus, right? Now you see the aftermath of it, but before we go there, let us understand one thing. Let us try to evaluate what has happened there. The question here is of the law and order, right? Firstly, we have to see this incident very aptly portrays the absence of law and order, absence of the right kind of control. It also portrays lawlessness at its peak. Now you see, it's a university campus where anyone can enter with weapons in their hand, and they cover their faces and they enter, they hit the students and they go out freely. The question arises, where is the security arrangement of JNU? Where is the police, the Delhi police? What was the police doing when all these things happened for a very, very long time? And according to media reports, we have to see that when people tried to enter the campus after this whole game was done of the mob, why didn't the police or anyone allow them to enter? Why weren't they allowed to enter? For example, Yogendra Yadav, when he tried to enter the campus, he was heckled. He was not allowed to enter. Now that is the question that arises. Now aftermath, we have to see aftermath what happened. Now we have to see that several reports came out. First thing, it showed that when this mob attacked the students in the campus, the lights were turned off, right? One thing, the lights were turned off. Second, the students were harmed. When the students were harmed, the security was not there was no police. The same police that tried to maintain normalcy, that tried to maintain law and order when the students were protesting for a fee hike, was absent. They were not there, and the students were injured, right? So this was the whole scenario that came out, but we have to see who is to be blamed for this and who has not taken the right kind of action. Firstly, we have to understand that the students blamed the ABVP members. Now, ABVP, as you know, is a student organization, right-wing student organization. Now, ABVP themselves condemned this attack. They said, we are not responsible for this. We have not done any kind of such activities, as our students themselves are injured in this attack. Now, when ABVP said it, they also said it that this attack has been done by leftists, the leftist groups or left organizations, and they have attacked it. They have attacked the students. But the students said that the ABVP has done it, and students also claimed, they said they asked for the Vice Chancellor's resignation because of this particular situation. Now the Vice Chancellor said this is an internal problem between the students, and why should I resign for this? Now he said it, right? Now when you talk about this particular thing, we have to understand this thing boiled down to right versus left. It did not remain the problem of law and order. It boiled down to right versus left, where the right-wing supporters said the left did it, and the left wing and the liberals, the so-called Tukde gang, said the right wing did it. But we have to understand the fact that here the situation is about what is right versus what is wrong. It's not versus who is right and who is left, and if the right is right or left is right. The situation is about who is right and wrong, and we have to see how things catapulted after that, where the Twitter battles became about right versus left. The primetime debates became right versus left, and it was completely insensible to see these particular things happening, whereas the basic problem was at hand was the students getting injured. The students who had nothing to do with student politics being injured, the faculty is injured, the campus being vandalized. Now it's an institution, educational institution, जिसमें आप घुस सकते हैं, आप अपने लाठी लेके घुस सकते हैं, हथौड़े लेके घुस सकते हैं, and you can do anything you want. That's the problem of law and order that is currently at hand. It's not about who is right and who is wrong. It's about what is the formal control or the informal control doing to sort this problem out. And most importantly, the question arises, 24 hours or more than 24 hours into this particular thing, no arrests have been made. Even today, just now, the reports are coming that still investigation is going on. No arrests have been made yet. More than 24 hours into this, no arrests have been made. But another great news that we saw was when Aishi Ghosh, the student union president herself, was injured in this very thing. The JNU administration has filed an FIR on her. Right? You're understanding the fact the FIR has been registered on someone who was beaten up. right? So this is the situation. And lastly, Hindu Raksha Dal, HRD, has claimed that they have attacked the JNU students. They have claimed the onus of this particular attack on the students. They have said that we are responsible for this particular attack, and we have done it. Now, who is this HRD? HRD are the people. If you remember, several years ago, they vandalized the Aam Aadmi Party office as well, and they claimed attack for it, and they claimed the onus for this attack, and they were arrested also. Now, since they are claiming the attack, we have to the police has to investigate as to how reliable is this and how true are they when they say this. Mr. Pinky has come out in the open. He has said that we have done this particular attack, right? So this is the whole JNU scenario that's at hand. Again, I would like to emphasize on the fact that this is about right versus wrong and not right versus left, right? That's not the debate. That the question is about how these students are beaten up and how no arrests have been made. There's no speculation, there's no suspects involved in this, and how the police just stood and watched as the mob walked, right? This is about the JNU incident. If you have any disagreements, of course you have a lot of them, please write down in the comment section, right? Next thing we have is about Iran. Iran is very much in news because of this current US and Iran struggle that we witnessed, right? So when you talk about Iran, the only thing that was in news and that created a lot of news later was the death of Qasem Soleimani, right? When you talk about the death of Qasem Soleimani, who is he? First question is, who is he? Qasem Soleimani is the general of the Irani military and is also the general of IRGC. IRGC is another important organization of Iran, which is like a military organization, also secret service organization, also the covert operative organization, apart from the army of Iran. So Mr. Qasem Soleimani headed both of this. And it is also said that he was second in command after Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, after whom Mr. Soleimani led the particular military or the IRGC. Now, when you talk about Qasem Soleimani, he is said to be the second most powerful man, and it is also said to be a very nice general, a very flamboyant general in this particular place, and he is also said to be the face of Iran's foreign operations. Now, Iran as a country has a foreign operations that go on in this particular area of West Asia. Now, Qasem Soleimani led this particular thing, and he was the face of all these things. Now, when you talk about Qasem Soleimani, he was killed, he was assassinated in an airstrike that happened at Baghdad airport, and along with him several people died as well. Now, who did this airstrike? This was done by USA, United States of America, on the command of Donald Trump. Now, USA released an official statement on from the Pentagon. They said that we have done this very attack, we have done this particular thing because we believe that Qasem Soleimani was planning an attack on USA. Also, several attacks have been happening earlier with regards to USA in West Asia. So in retaliation to that, we have done this attack on Qasem Soleimani. What are these attacks? Recently, the US embassy at Iraq was attacked by the Iraqi militia. Now, they attacked it and several people were injured, and one of the contractors of USA died in this very attack. And several attacks like this have been happening on US personnel in West Asian region of Iran, Iraq and Syria. Now, USA has said that we have attacked in retaliation to this particular thing. Now, what we have to understand is how Iraq's militia attacking US embassy is responsible for, how is Soleimani responsible for this particular thing, right? So if you look at the geopolitics, if you look at the scenario of this particular region called West Asia, Iran is standing as one of the most powerful regions in that particular place. Iran has a lot of authority. Iran is a supreme power in that particular place, if you want to call it that way. And Iran's power has been extended to Iraq also, to Syria also. Now you have to understand that Iran is a Shia nation. Iran is not a Sunni nation, it is a Shia nation, and foreign experts are of the opinion that Iran is currently fighting the most number of proxy wars in that particular region. Now, proxy wars is a different scenario altogether. This is a very big hit on the part of Iran because Soleimani was responsible for so many things that Iran was undertaking currently in the West Asian scenario. right? Already US is very angry. I mean, US and Iran have been very angry at each other. There have been a lot of problems since Trump has withdrawn from the nuclear deal with Iran, and he has placed many moratoriums and sanctions on Iran. So we have to see if Iran will retaliate, and if Iran retaliates, how will Iran retaliate, and what will Iran do as a part of retaliation, because this very retaliation will not be a simple thing, because this is the potential for World War III, as the world is flipping currently that there will be a World War III. But if Iran retaliates, Iran has to be careful and think as how Iran will be retaliating. But we have to see that this particular thing resulting in World War III is the last resort. But before that, several things will happen where the whole oil price scenario will be affected, and the trade of oil with regards to West Asia will be affected. And just now we saw the news coming that USA has denied the visa for the Iran foreign minister to attend the United Nations meet, the Security Council meet. He has denied visa for it. Now these are the things that are going on in the scenario. USA has claimed, they said that we have attacked it for so and so reasons, and Iran has also very aptly portrayed that there will be a retaliation, but in a lot of different manner. USA has requested all their people to leave those particular countries and come back or go anywhere they want. But Trump seems very sure and very stable with regards to this particular thing. Now India has to be a little concerned, because India and Iran relations are have been good. But when you talk about Iran's India's orientation towards USA, Iran is a little pissed off with that, because Iran does not like USA at all. And of course, when there's a world war like a scenario, of course USA will be backed by NATO allies, whereas Iran will be backed by Russia and Qatar. So the scenario is like this. Iran today can of course militarize the Persian Gulf, the Gulf of Oman, the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has supreme control over that places. So recently we saw Iran try to do it, but somehow they were able to solve it. But now, since Iran seems a little pissed off, and of course from the area of Persian Gulf, most of the world's oil comes from there, right? So if the oil is stopped, if the Persian Gulf is militarized and Iran is controlling over it, of course Saudi Arabia also is not in great terms with Iran, so they will have a conflict over there. And several things of that sorts are there. So India must be mostly be concerned about the oil prices, because if the oil prices rise, or we saw that it rose already. So if oil prices rise, we can see that our balance of payments will be affected, as the rupee value will be depreciated and we'll have to pay more, and then the economy will also be affected. So all these things are there when it comes to the Iran and USA scenario. If there's a possibility of World War III, we don't know, because it all depends on how Iran retaliates and how USA takes it and who supports whom. Quoting Shekhar Gupta, he said, a potent, or you can say the word, the potent Qasem Soleimani was much more important than a wasted Baghdadi or a wasted Osama bin Laden. So you can see the importance of Qasem Soleimani for Iran and for the world. But that's the scenario. Let us see how things catapult later and how changes happen in this particular scenario. Well, that's it from NewsHamster. Keep watching, keep it locked. And of course, climate change is real. Hashtag climate change is real. Australia is burning. Infants are dying in quotas, but that's a different news. We will do that later. Well, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.